Hey everyone, this is Chris Davis, your video and feature producer here at 4Player, and this is my top 5 most anticipated games that should appear at E3 2016. Let's start out by talking about a game that, for all intents and purposes, appeared dead for several years. Prey 2, originally in development at Human Head Studios, was quite the anticipated game for many, and really, once you watch the footage, you can understand why. A sci-fi single-player experience on an alien world, where you get to play as a bounty hunter, all the while trying to uncover your mysterious past. What's not to be excited about? It was sadly too good to be true, though, as just a year after its announcement, the game was formally cancelled by Bethesda in what turned out to be a cavalcade of developer-publisher issues with the progress that had been put into it. In 2013, however, we began to hear strange but exciting rumors. Suggestions of Arcane Studios, now a two-team developer after the success of Dishonored, had been given the license to make a Prey sequel. This was subsequently confirmed later the following year, as a series of leaked emails in what is now remembered as the, quote, press sneak fucks event. So yeah, the cat's out of the bag, but the real question here is just actually what is Prey 2? Is it even Prey 2? Is it a sequel? Is it a prequel? We don't know. I can confirm that the game is being worked on by Arcane's Austin studio, but the composition of just what this game will be is entirely up in the air. Will they follow the formula that Human Head tried to create nearly 5 years ago? Will Arcane exercise caution and model their prey upon their work in the Dishonored franchise? Or will they go in a new direction entirely? I have no idea. But I look forward to finding out very, very soon. If you guys know me, then this isn't a shocker to you. Ace Combat 7 is a game I'm absolutely determined to play this year at E3. I'm enamored with the franchise, even after 2011's rather divisive Assault Horizon. I'm a purist, and after Assault Horizon abandoned the sci-fi fantasy-esque world of Strange Real in an effort to catch up with the West's fascination with the Russians are bad guys trope, I was quite saddened. My loathing for this change was subsequently deepened when Ace Combat Infinity, a free-to-play multiplayer-focused PS3 exclusive, arrived 2 years later, with nary a sign of a proper sequel to the original formula in sight. With these two drastically different games, it felt like that was pretty much it for the franchise. But then I was screaming at the top of my lungs into my microphone during the PlayStation Experience Showcase last December, and I was in love. The teaser only showed off the rather great visuals set to be present in the game, and the re-establishment of the sci-fi world of Strange Real, with the reveal of giant flying carriers of some sort, but I was ecstatic. It was as if Namco Bandai had finally read all those letters I never actually wrote, demanding a return to where the series had been at its best. Look, I understand that an arcadey flight sim series about monotonous shooting planes out of the sky is, well, not going to grab a whole lot of people's attention. For me, though, it's something to salivate over. Ace Combat 7 won't be game of the show, and won't get the headlines of games like Prey 2 or The Last Guardian or even Agent, but who knows? Give Project Aces a chance, and I'm certain they can produce something to be really proud of. Firaxis knows how to make a pretty good game. Even when you take into account its lesser titles like Beyond Earth or Starships, their lineup of games are rather spectacular. Though many on the site here seem to have been introduced to Firaxis with 2012's XCOM Enemy Unknown, for me I was inducted with the purchase of 2010's Civilization V. To date, I've put over 500 hours into this addictive time suck of a game, and the only thing I can lament for having put so much time into it is how much better of a social life I could have if I hadn't let myself devote entire weekends to a single game. Civilization VI is probably one of the biggest surprises for me this E3, and I'm exceptionally excited to see what's coming. While the general rule with Civ games tend to be that you want to wait for the expansions before playing, Civ 6 seems to be avoiding any perceived gutting of the vanilla version due out later this year. Religions and Traitor Inn, which were two big aspects of the Civ 5 expansions, and were being promised complete revamping of the way diplomacy works, something that has always felt well outside the player's control up until this point. For the new features, Firaxis is promising some intriguing concepts such as multi-tile cities with the ability to designate commerce and industrial sectors. We're also getting interesting ideas such as units that expire over time, a revamping of the technology tree, and the inclusion of in-game tasks that reward enhanced research towards certain technologies. Everything Firaxis is promising sounds dangerously addictive, and threatens to take away a lot of my time I devote to, say, social life or other games once it launches in October. I really look forward to seeing where the game is heading once we hit the ground in LA. Enough so that it makes the number 3 spot on my list. I love Dishonored. Until I saw the game at QuakeCon 2011, I had never seen nor played an Arcane Studios game. Sure, I'd heard the names Harvey Smith and Thief before, but I'd never really found myself in a position to find out the nitty-gritty. What I ended up seeing and then playing the following year was a rather fantastic experience, so much so that it made the grade as my number 2 game of 2012. The tale of Corvo Attano's quest for revenge against a regicidal dictator was wonderful, and the encouragement of the harder, pacifistic, yet more appropriately punishing fates for your antagonists was simply delicious. Dishonored II had been hinted at for several years following the original's release, most prominently being featured in a fake sequel listing for E3 2014, but we finally got a taste of what to expect last year, and this year I can't wait to see the progress that's been made. While many plot elements seem to be repeated this time around, a usurpation of the throne, a pandemic-laden colony, and a quest for revenge, this time you get to choose to play as either Corvo or the newly deposed Emily Caldwin, former Queen of the Isles, and a personal favorite character of mine. Each will have their own skill set and powers they can use, and possibly even separate character-based storylines that give different but interconnecting perspectives on the pacing of the game. Visually, the game's cinematic teaser promises a lot, and it's more than likely that it won't look anywhere near as complicated and compelling as it appears, but, who knows? After 4 years in development, Dishonored 2 may be yet just as stunning as what you're seeing right now. Who knows? Maybe I'm delusional. Either way, I can't wait to see what awaits us at Bethesda's showcase come E3. I love me some Mass Effect, and there is nothing you can say to me that would convince me otherwise that it shouldn't be my most anticipated game of E3 2016. For 4 years we've been treated to hints and teasers of what's to come. A shift to the Frostbite engine, a new galaxy to explore, new biotic powers, new races, whole new worlds to experience. There's a whole lot to be excited for. Let's be honest here. Whether you're a hardcore fan who loved or lamented the much maligned primary color nature of the endings Mass Effect 3 received, you have to admit that for the franchise to go forward, you'd have to let the original series stand on its own. The fate of the Milky Way galaxy is done. You know the outcome. The looming threat of the Reapers is now over. To truly rekindle the potential of what made Mass Effect so great, you'd have to abandon those characters that you love. The conflicts that made for exceptionally hard decisions. The world you once knew. BioWare has decided to take this game to a new galaxy full of potential. Given the stories, characters, and the relationships that interconnect them, I can't wait to see what the Andromeda galaxy holds in store for us. But what if multiplayer? Yeah, I'm going to mention it. You guys don't really care about it, but for me, it was exceptionally fun and quite well supported to boot in Mass Effect 3. With this renewed focus on planet-based open-world exploration, hopefully not as boring as in the original game, and the gameplay lessons learned from the last entry, I'm quite excited to see what the horde-based co-op mode will be like. Perhaps we might even get to see full-on open-world co-op or even competitive gameplay? Who knows? But whatever comes, I look forward to it. Mass Effect Andromeda may yet be another 8 months or so away, but however long the wait may be, it's certainly my most highly anticipated game of E3 2016.
We will be with you. This is Commander Shepard, signing off.
Alright, that's it guys, that's pretty much it. That's my top 5 most anticipated games of E3 2016. I hope you enjoyed these top 5 videos. I really hope we can provide more stuff like this past E3. And I hope you enjoy all the coverage that we're going to be putting out. We've got a lot of new equipment thanks to you patrons, thank you, that have made us capable of doing a lot of stuff. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Was that I'm grateful for you watching, and I'm going to stop talking now. Goodbye.